Welcome to the first team of the week of the season. I'm very excited for this because in a world where everyone's doing rage bait and reactionary content at the end of the season, people argue about who wins the Ballon d'Or and whatnot. We are here to set the record straight from week 1 all the way to 30, again, just like last season and the year before. And at the end of the year, we're going to count up who got the most goalkeeper team of the weeks, right back, centre back, etc., to find out the actual team of the season and not just who was the best in May. One difference I'm going to make this year, there is no longer a limit to how many players from one team can make it, because last year we had a 3 limit and it meant that guys like Yamal or Pedri may not have made it because Rafinha balled out and then Koundé balled out, etc. So no more limits. And another thing, we're going to say if you get in my 11, that's worth 2 points every week, and 1 point will be for the 3 names that are commented the most below. So when you see my 11, we're going to have honorable mentions that you guys can decide, and the ones that I see the most in the comments. So, for example, maybe there's a left winger that I didn't think of, or someone in Brazil scored like 5 goals. Put them in the comments and I'll add them next week as the honorable mention. But enough yapping, let's tuck in straight away with the goalkeeper, because many of you may think that we're going to go with David Raya here. Look, incredible save to get down to Matheus Cunha's one. Had a calm header on Amenyah as well. Very commanding in his box. When Bayinde flapped at it, everybody was crying that he got fouled, but they did the same thing to Raya and he punched it away because he's not a big baby. But he's not my goalkeeper. Why? Because on here, we're showing respect to players all around the world. So I'm taking you to Germany. Bundesliga team St. Pauli were facing a low division Norderstedt in the DFB Pokal. They had 16 shots on target. The goalkeeper made 16 saves. That is ridiculous. Even it went to penalties. Still, he was doing the madness in the shootout, but unfortunately, his teammates let him down. 16 saves in a game is unheard of. So he has to be my goalkeeper. Unfortunately, because they're in such a low division, Huxol doesn't actually show up in the database. I'm going to go with Manuel Neuer, but then I'll put his name as Huxol. There we go. Big respect to him. So again, like I said, if you think Raya deserves it, by all means put in the comments like, yo, Raya shout out, and the one that's getting the most likes will be there. And right back, for me, this one was really easy. This one is down to my local. I'm putting Kane Ramsey. Many of you are thinking, who on earth is my man? He actually played left back, to be fair, against Bristol, but when you see this guy, just bear in mind, I'm telling you now, this is like baby timber. I actually told him that directly after his game in the playoff semi-final at the end of last season. It was my first time watching him. I found out he's 24 years old. I said, nah, this guy is going to the top. I know people might say 24, like, is it too late or whatever? I promise you guys, you'll be hearing more from Kane Ramsey. He's obviously was playing League One last year. He's in the Championship this year. He's genuine. He's like a bison at the back, bro. He's a brick wall, but his hips don't lie as well. He is timber. Left back, right back. You don't see any drop in quality. Just remember, however many years from now, when he's balling out, or if he ever gets that England call up, remember who told you about him first. But at centre back, someone that you guys are definitely familiar with. I had to have a bit of a coin flip because there were 3 main candidates here. The first one I'm going to go with is Yamal De Ligt. Look, again, I'm not a results-based merchant. I don't believe that if you lose, therefore you can't be in a team of the week. This guy was phenomenal. He gave Gyökeres nightmares. You know, again, as I said in yesterday's whole summary, there was a moment where Gyökeres said, "Get off me, like, who do you think I am?" And he went flying. But after that, he said, okay, no problem. And didn't give him a sniff of the ball for the rest of the game, realistically, to the point where Gyökeres had to get subbed off and Havertz came on. And aside from the defensive contributions, like I said, you know, last-ditch blocks and tackles and winning the aerial duels, there was a moment where United were going way off the wave of attack. This guy found himself in the opponent's box, done some mad dribbling and cutting and whipping it. I thought I was watching Socrates at Corinthians back in 1979. For those of us who remember. So, you know, big respect to him. Even helping out Shaw as well in completely nullifying Saka as well. There's not much you can ask for a performance like that. His centre-back partner, tricky one. Again, apologies in advance. This one's going to be very Premier League heavy because, as you know, week 1, normally the English teams kick off very early and then we start seeing, you know, Serie A join in and Bundesliga, etc., etc. So, as much as I want to give Upamecano his flowers for a clean sheet in the whatever their version of Super Cup is against Stuttgart, it has to be a man arriving on the scene, Dan Ballard of Sunderland, with a bullet header again, just like his iconic one back in the playoffs as well. For it to be game 1 of the Premier League, a newly promoted team coming up against West Ham, who they are a very experienced Premier League team, keep a clean sheet, comfy, and then go and get a header to pretty much give you comfortability in the team. Yeah, fair play, man. He deserves it. At left back, well, speaking of Luke Shaw, he could definitely have an argument to get in here. But, as I said, I want to be giving flowers to teams of all varieties. Listen, you might be in the garden kicking ball. If I see a crazy clip, you're getting in my team. And at left back, we're going all the way to Dorchester v Walton and Hersham, because Stefan Potts at left back scored an absolute banger. Let me paint you guys a picture. They were losing 3-0 in the 90th minute, guys. There was a couple minutes left. They were 3-0 down. Stefan Potts picks the ball up on the left hand side. He's driving, and he just bangs it top right corner. Think of Giovanni van Bronckhorst, Netherlands, the World Cup. A little bit closer, let me not lie, but he banged it top corner, and then somehow in 2 minutes they bagged 2 more to make it 3-3. So yeah, if you haven't already, go type it in on YouTube. The highlights, I can't lie, it's crazy. Big up to them. I'm going to assume he's not even on the game though, so what do I even type here? If I type in Parks, is there going to be anything? You know what, I'm going to put Jed Spence there, and I'm going to write the name as Parks. There you go. Ignore the faces in it, just look at the names. And as per usual, these team of the weeks, we always go 4-3-3, but I cheat a little bit sometimes. Normally I go for a 6, 8 and a 10, but on weeks like this, I can't do that. I gotta force some players in there. First player being Adam Wharton. He will be our 6 if you are, our DLP, moving like Andrea Pirlo against Chelsea. I think everybody watched this game, so I haven't got to, delve too much into what happened. But those of you who didn't, maybe, just know that Chelsea's 0.1 billion masterful, incredible World Cup winner, Enzo Fernandez, got absolutely ragdolled by Adam Wharton. And, of course, William Hughes as well. Both of them together, tag teamed. Caicedo was alright, innit? Like, I like Caicedo. He didn't really get cooked, but it was Wharton against Enzo, and genuinely, Enzo was fighting for his life, to the point where they're making excuses again now about, oh, he had a bit too much food to eat and whatnot. Oh, he's tired, blah, blah, blah. Guys, Wharton is someone that, for all the talk of Enzo going to Real Madrid, in my opinion, it may not happen. If Florentino Perez is shopping in the Premier League for a midfielder to go there, it should be Adam Wharton. He plays like a Spaniard, and the Spaniards of the 2010s as well, by the way. Not the current new age ones. Those ones there. He's so good on the ball, guys. His weight of pass, incredible. Choice of pass, always on point, always fantastic. He works hard, he's intelligent. That's my kind of midfielder. Any team in the Premier League could do with Adam Wharton. Playing alongside him, I'll fix the formation obviously when the players get added, but for now, at the left centre mid, Tijani Reinders, another one that I've not got to really explain too much because you all saw it with your own eyes. I've tried to tell you since the Euros over a year ago, this guy is him. This guy is phenomenal. He is changing City's broke air. Like, I can't even put them broke air, to be fair. Them man are rich, Them man have all the money in the world. But you get the point. Obviously, because of the Club World Cup, they had to fight to get him early to avoid all competition. And it's a good thing they did because, listen, having seen what we've all seen now, I reckon every team will be banging at the gates thinking, yo, bring me Tijani, bring me Tijani. The first goal, I said it on the video, he didn't get a GA. Why? Because he did like 2-3 dribbles, scooped it over the top. Rico Lewis cuts it back hard and open goal. Nothing registers on his spreadsheet at all. And then he said, you know what? Nah, I've delivered you guys something nice. Me too, let me eat as well. You know like when Santa brings his reindeers and they say, oh, leave him some carrot and some cookies, let me eat as well. He got his goal. He got an assist with some steam train run to cut it back to Haaland for 3-0. And all in all, just an impeccable performance. It's not really his debut because, again, we saw him play Club World Cup. But as far as Premier League debuts are going, fair play. He cooked. Now is where it gets difficult because I have 2 right wingers in mind. And so, therefore, I have cheated. But guess what? There's nothing you can do about it because it's my team of the week. If I want to cheat a little bit and put a right winger in the 10, I'm going to do that because I need to have space for Mohamed Kudus. What a performance that was for him on his Premier League debut. So we're going to line it up like this. There you go. So we got Wharton as the DLP. We got Reinders making them box crashing runs. And Kudus over there on the right, if you will. He is someone that I keep on saying it. West Ham fans, I don't know what it is with West Ham, but they seem to not really understand the value of their players or how good their players are. They seem to think that, oh no, we don't need these guys. And then they go and they're just imperious wherever they are, to the point where clubs now start telling them, yo, we're going to pay you more money. Do you remember when the Arsenal signed Declan Rice? He was balling out from minute 1, onwards, the United goals and the Luton goals and so on and so forth, where Arsenal fans are saying, don't worry, we're going to send you 50 million more. They're now doing the same. Spurs fans are bullying them too. The funny thing is, I remember for the Rice one, they were saying, yeah, we don't need Rice. We replaced him already. That money got us Edson Alvarez, Ward-Prowse, and who was the other one? I can't even tell you who the third player was. Edson Alvarez is on his way to like Greece or Turkey or something. We have James Ward-Prowse. He's in limbo, baking off in Forest, and then he goes back to West Ham, and then he goes here. So I don't know. I think you are missing Rice, and I think you are going to miss Mo Kudus, because he's an incredible dribbler, very strong, direct, which is what I like, relentless. I love it. A winger that if they lose the ball, no problem. I'm going to hunt you down till I get it back. And then, of course, the delivery into Richarlison for both goals, phenomenal. That is my kind of player. I know I'm biased as a Ghanaian, but listen, I don't rate Jordan Ayew or Andre Ayew. I don't just love players because they're Ghanaian. They have to also give me something on top. And Mo Kudus is doing that at Tottenham Hotspur. Now we go to the front three, because the right winger spot that I had to save was for Lamine Yamal. His first La Liga game since he got given the number 10 shirt. Very iconic shirt, as you guys know full well. It didn't seem to faze him whatsoever. He doesn't seem to really experience pressure at all. If anything, the biggest of games is like he gets even more excited to prove himself. In this game, it wasn't vintage Yamal where he was just terrorizing his fullback minute 1 to 90. But in the first 5-10 minutes, he's already found an assist. A clip ball, lovely to find Rafinha. Rafinha scored to make it 1-0, then they scored a second. They played against 9 men for the rest of the game, so, we can't give him crazy flowers. But, nevertheless, at the end of the game, 3 men tried to stop him. He did his cut-in and inevitable bang top corner to make it 3-0. He crowned himself the king. Some guys say it's cringe, some guys say it's cold for the aura edits and the skull emoji. Me, I don't really care, I'll be honest with you. I just want to watch the goals, to be completely straightforward with you. But whether or not he's taking the crown from Messi one day, that's a story for another day. I don't know. But again, big respect to him. Let's hope that he can start hitting those, 15, 20 goals in the league so that guys can stop crying about 9 league goals or whatever. We go up front. This is someone that people have been crying at me all summer because I wasn't making a Bombasso video for him. I told guys, I'm always honest, right? So if there's one thing you subscribe for on this channel, on the road to 100k, it's honesty. I had only ever seen Ekitike against Spurs, and in that game, Europa League, I remember he scored, he did the Henry celebration, but Spurs nullified him. He didn't really do anything, so I can't judge a striker that I've seen literally one and a half times, across those 2 legs. I can't judge you, but I've seen him now, and I'm moved. Hugo Ekitike, you will be the striker for this week's Team of the Week. This was a performance that I said, Adi, what is happening here? What have they signed? Because for so long, Liverpool have been used to just, they'll score 70, 80, 90, however many goals a season. And they don't really care how they're scored, because if you win trophies, who cares if it looks nice? Who cares if it, just bouncing off guys' shin pads and dodgy rebounds or whatever? They've now got someone that is a joy to watch. Liverpool fans, be honest with me. You like it, don't you? Be honest. I know you lot try to pretend that like you don't really care about nice football. You want just goals. That's it. Doesn't matter how they're scored. Be honest. Seeing someone dribble like that with close control is nice. Because even I said, ooh, I kind of enjoyed this, bro. Ugo, what are you doing, son? Obviously, his goal was lucky, to be fair. So I say all that. His goal was literally like bouncing into my man. Who made the handball again? Senesi. I don't know why it took me so long to remember. Senesi made the handball. His assist, however, in that left-hand pocket, found Gakpo. Gakpo, double fake shot, whipped it bottom corner. Fair play to him. Again, I repeat, Isak, incredible baller. Probably better than Ekitike as well, but I don't think you need him. I just feel like at this point, trust him. Go and sort out the 6 and the defenders. I know you might not get in that Italian brother, but I don't think you're really covered fully from the 6 and the defenders. And 150 M's on someone being petulant and salty like Isak, I don't think it's worth it. Completing the team, Before we go to the manager, of course, at left wing, it has to be Antoine Semenyo of Bournemouth. Again, and look, you can say I cheat or whatever, putting someone on the left and the right. I don't really care. I can see this lineup working in real life, and so therefore, that's what I'm picking. Antoine Semenyo, impeccable. Forget about all the racism from my man in the wheelchair. As we said, man, he's not a representative of Liverpool fans. He's not a representative of the Cop or of Anfield or of even disabled people. He's just a lunatic loser, innit? So, big up Semenyo, rather than doing what I would have done, which is if I scored a goal, I start doing, you know, Robbie Keane celebration. He does like a little forward roll and the gunshots. I would have run there and done that just because I can. But big up to him. He was very respectful. Scored 2 bangers. First was not a banger, let me not exaggerate. It was a good goal. Second, however, was a banger. He went coast to coast from one end of the pitch to the other. Had Van Dijk and Konate spinning, and then whips it on the left when everyone's screaming, yo, pass, 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 pass. So again, fantastic from him. And what I noticed here already, couple Ghanaians in the team. World Cup 2026. What are we cooking? What are we cooking? I don't know. As for the manager, there could be many contenders, but I think as far as first games in the league go, Regis Lebris, or however you pronounce it, Regis Lebris, Sunderland manager, to beat West Ham 3-0 on your first game back deserves a standing ovation. But as I said, now it's up to you guys. Who makes our bench? Put 1 name, 2 names, 3 names, as many as you want that are going to get in, because we're going to be stacking these week by week. Next week we should be having, you know, Serie A players and Bundesliga players and more La Liga players, because Madrid are going to be playing, etc, etc. So it is not going to be as Prem heavy as it is this week. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I will be on Twitch 4 PM every Monday to watch all the highlights of all the big leagues. So if you want to join in, come and have debates and whatnot, feel free. I'll catch you man tomorrow or in the stream in a bit. Bosh.